So I'm sitting here with Steve Henlon, drummer and the main lyricist for the choir. Steve, the last two records, Free Flying Soul and now the new live record, they both sound very sort of fan-based, very fan-oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a conscious decision before you made the records?
I think this is the first record that we've done only pretty much to our audience. We did this record as though it were our last. We've done that before, but particularly on this one, we were just grateful to be in the studio again, to have another chance.
Do you feel at this stage of your career as if you owe your audience anything? Do you feel that you owe them a sort of a kind of a sound that you shouldn't deviate too much from what you've done in the past, or do you feel that
not sound-wise?
Embrace you?
No, but I think that I do feel accountable to our audience, and there have been times when I've said things lyrically that I've regretted afterwards, that I felt like I wasn't a very good steward of the forum.
The live sound of the band, particularly on this new live record, is much more aggressive than you are in the studio. Is that just the nature of live performance, do you think?
Well, sure.
Or do you try to do that? Do you try to make it more aggressive?
Well, I think it's totally two different mediums. I think you make an album to sound good in headphones, but a live album, I think it's a whole different communication, and we just, let it fly.
On this last tour, you also had a huge band. There were like 6 guys that were on stage.
Yeah.
How did those extra people, Bill on guitar and Wayne playing extra percussion, how did that change the sound live?
Well, it made it a lot more fun. It sure is a mess on tape, It looks better than it sounded. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's hard. Again, we've never been able to pull off our albums. We have not been able to pull off our live shows to replicate the albums very well.
Sure.
And so, this being perhaps our last major tour, we wanted to have percussion, because there's always percussion on our songs, and it's like for me to play Sad Face without the chicka 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 going on, it's always this internal struggle. So just having that is worth it. And so we brought out Wayne on percussion, and of course our songs always have at least 2 guitar parts, and so we brought out our friend Bill Campbell to play guitar. I don't know, it's fun to make a big wall of racket.
Yeah. There does seem to be on this record a lot of contrast. The warmness of Salamander is contrasted against the sort of the cold idea of the Polar Boy. Was that something that just came from the recording process?
I love contrast, and I think that it's really accurate. If there's no contrast, then it's unreality. And I think people appreciate being touched where they are, and we're all paradoxes. We're all joyous and despairing, both. And so I love it when our records do hit those poles,
Sled Dog is a sort of a perseverance song. You seem to have one of those virtually every record. There seems to be a perseverance song.
Yeah.
Where did Sled Dog come from?
Well, sometimes we feel like that. We're just trudging, and we've given a lot of years to this, and we don't know how to do anything else, really. And so. But I really enjoy the challenge, I enjoy the race, and to me, like, doing a record is like being a sled dog. Because like I said before, it's hard to make a record, but it's fun, it's challenging, and for me it's a thrill, but it's not so glamorous as one would hope.
And where did the image of the sled dog come from? Did you, what made you think of a sled dog? Where did that image come from? Lyrically, I'm thinking, was that something that was inspired by something that Derry wrote on the guitar?
No. I saw a documentary on sled dogs on PBS. Yeah.